After my brother returned from the mental hospital, he seemed like a completely different person. His eyes were vacant, and he kept saying things that made no sense.
All this time, I couldn't understand. I really couldn't understand.
Then one day, he completely disappeared. The last time someone saw him was on an empty street in the early morning. He was wildly slashing at the air around him, as if fighting something invisible. The footage was blurry, but I recognized him instantly. My brother stumbled in the video, waving his arms as if defending himself against something. Finally, he pulled out a gun and rushed into the depths of an alley, disappearing into the darkness. Everyone said he was clearly crazy, but I knew he wasn't. Our parents were gone, and my brother and I relied on each other. He dropped out of school at 18 to work so I could finish college. He was only 4 years and a half older than me. 6 months ago, he was diagnosed with a mental disorder and admitted to a mental hospital. The doctor said it might have been caused by long-term work stress. No one expected that after returning from there, he would be completely changed. At first, I felt like he didn't recognize me. To be precise, he could recognize who I was, but the way he looked at me felt very strange. Then he started having sleepless nights, or suddenly waking up in the middle of the night, saying inexplicable things. Maybe all this time, I couldn't understand. I really couldn't understand. He would even unconsciously find a pen and repeatedly draw the same pattern. A simple drawing of a building, with a strange flower-shaped pattern in the window. The moment he finished drawing, he would suddenly seem to snap back to reality, frantically tearing the paper to shreds. The most unsettling thing was that the building he drew was the main building of the mental hospital. He must have experienced something there, and I had to find out. Using a forged resume, I successfully applied to be an intern at this seemingly ordinary hospital. The hospital's interior was even more eerie than I imagined. A stench of decay that even the disinfectant couldn't mask permeated the air. The overwhelming sense of dread made me shiver. I could only suppress the urge to flee and tell myself that the clue must be here. I had to find it. Using Xixing's identity as a cover, I finally found my brother's medical records in a secluded corner of the hospital. The most crucial part was a treatment video marked as encrypted. Clicking on the video, my brother's familiar yet haggard voice appeared on the screen. He gripped his knees tightly, his emotions agitated, yet he was trying hard to control himself. I'm not sick, I've been possessed. That world is real, and we need to merge with the world of the Ox to unleash the power of the immortal mask so we can go back.
Besides you, who else is there? Ms. Bai, and that little girl. Quote.
Wang Yisheng seemed to have grasped the key point of my brother's rambling and immediately questioned him back. My brother's body jolted forward when he heard those two names, his pupils constricting in shock. How do you know their names? You can see them too, right? Quote. Before he could finish, the screen suddenly went black, the video abruptly cut off, and the room became eerily silent, only my heartbeat pounding against my chest. Ms. Bai, Sui. My brother had never mentioned these two names before. I unconsciously clenched my hands. From the video, it seemed these two people were connected to both my brother and Dr. Wang. Could these two be my brother's fellow patients? Thinking this, I didn't hesitate any longer and plunged into the pile of medical records, searching until I found a female patient with the surname Bai and the name Sui among my brother's fellow patients. Only then did I realize that my line of thinking seemed correct. Based on the information in the medical records, I first found Ms. Bai's ward. Peeking inside, it was eerily quiet, seemingly empty. I pushed the door open, and a cold wind mixed with the smell of disinfectant rushed in. My heart inexplicably skipped a beat. The silence was terrifying. I could only hear my own increasingly heavy breathing. His breathing and the sound of his hands seemed to be pulled by something invisible. I moved step by step towards the bathroom on Lee's side. He was there. In front of the mirror, which was stained with watermarks, he sat quietly, his body maintaining an almost inhuman balance. The mirror reflected his pale face, and also my distorted expression. I struggled to squeeze out a sound from my throat. Ms. Bai. He didn't turn around, but his gaze fell on my face through the mirror. A slow smile curved on his lips. Quote, looking for your brother? Quote, my whole body stiffened. How did he know? Quote, your brother. Quote, his voice was very soft, as if coming from another dimension. Quote, he is the most tormented among us. Because he is more awake than us, so he bears the guilt of being torn between two worlds. Quote, his toes, suspended in the air, trembled slightly. Quote, if you can't find him, maybe he's already prepared to go back. Quote, go back? Go back where? I urgently questioned, but he didn't respond anymore, only looking at me through the mirror with that all-knowing gaze. With even deeper confusion and doubt, I found the ward of the little girl named Lee Sui. Unlike the eerie silence in Ms. Bai's room, here there was at least a little girl sitting in the corner of a large chair, tightly hugging a strangely shaped doll pendant. The doll's legs were crooked and twisted, but it had a pair of disproportionately large eyes that almost covered its entire face. Seeing me come in, she suddenly looked up, her face tear-stained. Quote, "He said he didn't want you to worry, but this time he's going back to a life or death situation." Quote, "Life or death." Those 4 words pierced my heart like ice. I squatted down, just about to ask further questions, when the doll in her arms suddenly moved. It wasn't an illusion. The doll's head turned slightly towards me. As if scalded, she suddenly pushed me away, her small hand pointing outside the door. "The plane hangar on the 3rd floor, the one with the plane sitting there. He's there." Quote, his voice was filled with a tearing, sobbing sound. Quote, "Hurry, it'll be too late if you don't go now." Quote, my body reacted before my mind did. I turned and rushed out of the ward, frantically pressing the elevator button, not bothering to think why I so easily believed a strange girl. I just wanted to find my brother now. 3rd floor, northwest corner. The lights above me hummed. I stumbled forward into the shadows, and sure enough, a dilapidated iron door stood ajar. The chain had been violently broken, as if someone had just forced their way in. Without thinking, I squeezed inside, but a tide of darkness surged in, and only a faint light shone in the distance, revealing a person. Even if it was just a back view, I recognized him. It was my brother. Quote, "Brother!" Quote, I cried out, wanting to rush over to him, but he suddenly recoiled, his hands tightly covering his head. He looked up at me, his eyes shattered. Quote,
Tell me, why do they all call me Li Huawang? Who is Li Huawang? Quote,
I froze. Li Huawang. I'd never heard that name before. Who am I? His voice trembled violently, filled with a despair bordering on collapse. Quote, "Brother, what's wrong with you?" Quote, I held back my tears, trying to approach him again. Quote,
It's okay. Quote, before he could finish speaking, an inexplicable sense of dread instantly overwhelmed me. And everything else started. Sister, tell me, is all of this an illusion or the truth? If the whole world becomes your enemy, the only way out is to be crazier than them. Here, every breath you take will be a trap. Can you really distinguish whether brother is the real you?
Sister, if I can't come back, take good care of yourself. Quote, my brother's last words still echoed in my ears, terrifyingly real. There was no hospital in front of me anymore, only a completely abandoned building. It was as if my previous intrusion was just an illusion. It turned out their nonsensical ramblings were